So usually whenever I'm streaming, my Twitch chat will always ask me, how are you not nervous when you go up against these players, when they're like streamers, pros, or how am I not tilting that situation? I would have done this or that if I was in that situation. But whether I'm playing Siege or watching Siege, I tend to notice a lot of frustration. Not losing a tournament, but it's like small tilt here and there. I would say it's very little minded to be getting bugged over little things that can be avoided by just moving on. And a lot of you guys have potential by developing tougher skin in Rainbow Six. When you think of a tough player, do you think of a tough player by hard to kill, good skill, or do you think of a player that's mentally tough, a player that is really hard to knock off his grind? What makes good players is their mindset. Too many players are folding like cheap chairs when they get roasted by their squad, maybe people in game, and they just can't really take a little hint of salt over the smallest mistake. And little things like that cause some people to just be ranting over nothing. In order to be a tougher player, you gotta sharpen up your mindset. This will help you think better mechanically and mentally. So here are some ways of thinking that you should start. The very first thing I would say is perspective. You gotta understand that everybody has their own point of view and they're always right in their own perspective because they are biased off of their information, their thinking, and their past experiences to lead them to be 100% confident that they are correct in their perspective. And you guys need to stop trying to make everybody seem like you're right. You're not always gonna be right. Even if you are right, you gotta understand that what's gonna happen if you happen to prove your point. Are you gonna feel better about yourself? Is it gonna help change other people how way they think? But most of the time, people are getting mad that some people want to do this way of thinking. They want to push this way. They want to use a certain operator, but we need a support player. It's all that kind of stuff that is just not in your control. That's why it's really important to be open-minded and accept how some players play. For example, if you're playing ranked in a solo queue and one of your teammates literally do not know how to play the game and you're in like gold or platinum elo and they're wondering what their ability does, how mind boggled or how frustrated would you be if you saw that happening in your game? How would you be thinking mentally? Would you be thinking, oh man, we lost, I have bad teammates, I always get bad teammates? Or is it just one situation that you're kind of just stretching out to make your experience worse? A lot of you guys are just trying to make yourself feel bad of just getting really unlucky and that everything just feels against you. But that's why you're such a weak-minded person, because you're thinking so pessimistic. You're not always going to get things your way. That's why being open-minded and staying optimistic in those tough situations is what gets you out really fast, and that's what makes you improve a lot faster than normal players. Every time someone queues up for rank, most of the time they want to shoot to win the game. And if they don't win the game, then usually that loss can trigger some negative effects of them. You've got to be prepared for when those negative effects do come into triggering your mind. Whether that's, someone whiffs their shots, they lose an easy round, maybe even, you're going to have a lot of rounds where you guys just throw rounds, but you got to understand that nobody's perfect and it's going to happen sometimes. Everybody makes those mistakes, but the best thing to do is not make that mistake again. If you actually learn from that mistake, it won't happen again, most likely. You can't really control others because you only control yourself. Another thing that happens when people don't have tough skin mentally is when they can't admit that they made a mistake, or possibly they might not be the wrong one, but they can't move on with that. They care too much about their reputation and how other people will think about them in game. But I'm here to tell you right now, you gotta stop thinking that. Sometimes you just gotta take the L and move on because it's all of it mentally. Now that you kind of know how to be thinking most of your times, let's get into like the real what actually happens. Whenever you encounter a situation, good or bad, you gotta ask yourself all the time, is it worth investing my energy and time into this? Whenever you're getting mad or something that makes you sad just happens, you gotta ask yourself, is it really worth my time and my energy to focus on this, and will the outcome be somewhat positive, or am I going to be happy with the outcome? Let's say you whiff a lot of shots on someone behind a shield. Is it really worth telling yourself, oh my god, I'm terrible at this game and I can never hit shots, why is it impossible? And you start you start taking your mind off somewhere else that it just should not be taking itself to. You just gotta take the L and just move on. Maybe it's just you just spawned in around and you're attacking the other team right now, and your teammates die off and it's a 30v5 about 20 seconds into the round. Is it gonna help you complaining about half of the round to your friends that, man, why do I always get teammates that die early? Man, this sucks, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, is it worth your energy? Is it gonna help you move forward in the game? Is it gonna help you win that round? Now, whether it's yourself or another teammate that's expressing their negative feelings uncontrollably, it's all up to you if you want to soak in that energy too. Sometimes another player in game chat or maybe in your squad is just hating the game, they're performing really bad, and they're kind of bringing the vibes down, you know? But like I said, is it worth trying to invest yourself in those negative vibes and bring yourself down with it? I don't think so. Now, I always said earlier, you can't really control how they're feeling. Sometimes you just gotta let them feel how they feel, but you can keep yourself in a positive state by just maintaining of what's in your control and how you can keep moving on as a player. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is very, very important. You can't be giving your energy to someone else that's not giving it back to you. If you're giving 100% energy and focus and effort to somebody, but they're just giving you shit back, I don't know if you should still be playing with those guys anymore. I think the best thing overall to take away from this video is just moving on and learning from your mistakes. At the end of the day, it is just a video game and it shouldn't be affecting your mood IRL. You know, it always sucks to have a bad day of video games where your mind just starts tearing itself down just because you lost a ranked game, and I don't think that's what the purpose of video games are really. You're giving up too early, and please just admit to your mistakes. I don't care how bad if you whiffed or maybe you lost your whole team the whole game, but you just gotta realize that nobody really cares that much, and the next day everyone's gonna move on and just keep playing the game. So don't be setting those limits for yourself. Remember, a tough player is not only mechanically hard to beat, but you can't get inside their head. So be one of those players. I hope this video kind of helped you guys out a little bit, thinking a little bit stronger. And if you guys have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to try to answer as many as I can. But make sure you guys are subscribed for daily videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.